Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, which is Explore Yourself, Banking, and General Knowledge, etc. Today I am going to describe about suggestions to IBA and UFBU for 13th BPS and 10th Joint Note. Pension updations. A key suggestions for the 13th Bipartite Settlement and 10th Joint Note. Introductions. Retired bank employees have devoted several decades of their lives to the banking industry and have contributed significantly to the growth, stability, and development of the banking system. While serving employees receive the benefits of periodic wage revisions through successive bipartite settlements and joint notes, many retired employees face the challenge of maintaining their standard of living when their pension does not receive corresponding periodic revision. Therefore, periodic pension updations should be considered as an important demand in the 13th Bipartite Settlement, 13th BPS, and 10th Joint Note by the Indian Banks Association and the United Forum of Bank Unions (UFBU). The need for periodic pension updations. Pension is not merely a post-retirement benefit. For many retirees, it is the principal source of regular income after completing their banking career. Over the years, inflation, rising medical expenses, increasing household costs, and changes in the general cost of living can substantially reduce the real value of a fixed pension. At present, successive wage settlements improve the pay and allowances of serving employees, but pensioners who retired under earlier settlements may not receive a proportionate benefit from later pay revisions. This can create a widening gap between the financial positions of serving employees and that of retired employees who performed similar responsibilities during their service. A practical solution would be to introduce a structured and periodic pension updation mechanism, preferably linked with every wage settlement. Whenever a new bipartite settlement or joint note is implemented, pensions should be also be reviewed and appropriately updated according to a mutually agreed formula. A possible framework. IBA and AFU may jointly examine a formula under which pension is periodically revised with reference to the latest pay scales, fitment benefits, and other relevant components of the settlement. Such updations could be designed in a financially sustainable and transparent manner with appropriate safeguards for the banking industry. The proposals may also consider different categories of retirees and ensure that pensioners who retired under earlier settlements are not permanently disadvantaged merely because they retired before subsequent wage revision. A transparent formula would provide predictability and reduce repeated representations by pensioners. Why this matters? Periodic pension updations would provide greater financial security and dignity to retired bank employees. It would also demonstrate that the banking industry recognizes the contributions of its former employees even after retirement. A fair pension system can strengthen the relationship between serving employees, retirees, unions, and the banking management. Conclusions. The 13th VPS and 10th Joint Note provide an appropriate opportunity for IB and UFBU to take a meaningful step towards pension reform. Periodic pension updations linked with successive wage settlements could bring greater fairness, financial security, and dignity to retired bank employees. The demand may therefore be seriously examined and incorporated through a practical, sustainable, and mutually acceptable mechanism. Suggestions. IBA and EFBU may jointly negotiate and introduce periodic pension updations at every wage settlement based on a transparent formula linked to the latest pay revisions so that retired employees are not left permanently behind as the banking industry's pay structures evolve. Disclaimer. This article presents suggestions for considerations by IBA and AFBU and other stakeholders. It is intended for general informational and discussion purposes and does not represent any official proposal, settlement, legal entitlement, or assurance of implementations. Thank you very much for your presence. Request to like, subscribe, and share.